Hey, my name is Sean. Welcome to Echoes in Eternity Bourbon. Have you ever wondered if age is just a number?
Everything there is a season, but sometimes that season can last pretty long. It's the summer of everything old being new again.
So, the reason I say this is I was able to pick up this 1792 12 year a couple of weeks back. I was very fortunate to hunt with a friend, Chris, in the area that he was raised. He took me to like 14 or 15 different liquor stores. I can't remember the exact count. But man, we went all over the place. And one of the bottles I'd been looking for was this 1792 12 year. Now it's coming in at 96.6 proof, so it's a light proof. But I've been told, and I've never tried it, and I try not to read notes on anything, that this was the best one out of the batch. And from people I trust, like Dave Vogelsang, I believe, said this was the best one of the batch. Some other people have been wanting to try it. And so I picked it up, and I'm like, okay, I've got to crack this thing. But I hadn't figured out when I was going to schedule it yet. But then I get a text from someone that's a member of the channel. David Cook, he's just gone through a little procedure and he's healing up right now. But he was like, "Hey, I watched this video. I saw you ended up with this." We started talking about some samples. He'd be like, "Are you interested in trading out some samples?" I'm like, "Yeah, dude, I love trading out some samples." And this was one of the ones he was interested in. So I was like, "Okay, cool." So I said, "Let me crack this thing. Let me find out what's about." First pour's for me, second pour's going to him. So we'll have some fun with this. But let's see what we got here. As those that have watched my videos in the past, I like the sweet wheat a lot. I thought that the bottle and bond was very good, for a 100 proofer. Their full proof can be very ethanol heavy for me. It can drink overproof almost to me. I drink a lot of stuff that's 130, 140 proof that drinks a lot less proof than that 125 full proof. Now, when it opens up, you get some deep, rich, intense flavors to come along with some of that proof. And it can be very, very good. It's just sometimes it just runs hot, even for me. But I said, let me try this 12 year. Like I said, if something's got really good flavor, I'm interested in trying it out. So let's see what we got on this. So for 12 years, right off the bat, it doesn't seem like it's super, super dark. So I'd say, this is kind of a almost like a burnt yellowish orange. Not quite a burnt orange, but a burnt yellowish orange. It's clinging on the glass and giving you some nice, slow developing legs. So it does have some good oils to it. Now, this does have some smokiness to it. For something that's been sitting in a barrel for 12 years, you'd kind of expect it to have some of that barrel char and oakiness, but this has a little bit of smokiness to it. And there's kind of a sweet refreshingness to it. So it's almost like when you go outside after it's rained over a campfire, not like super like the campfire was still hot, but like the next morning after you've had a good downpour over a campfire and you get that big inhale and you kind of get just a little bit of char and oakiness and then some of the sweetness from the water. I'm kind of getting that here. So I'm getting the vanilla, getting some smokiness, getting some char, getting some of that oak. Get a little bit of a tobacco note on this as well. So this just on the nose, I'm feeling like I'm going to get a lot more on the back of the palate than I'm going to get on the front of the palate because I'm not getting a whole lot of sugar off of this. Just a very, very light brown sugar is all I'm getting off of this. So I'm really expecting this to kind of shine on the back of the palate where I should get some of that smokiness and some of that oak and things like that. But let's see what we got. Well, that just kind of threw me for a loop there. there's a lot more sugar in this than I'm getting on the nose. So I am getting a nice brown sugar on there, getting the vanilla on there. I'm getting a little bit of a spiciness in there too. For only 96.6 proof, great mouthfeel on it. I mean, very, very smooth. It coats very, very well. Finish is kind of short. I mean, I'd say medium, short, medium at best. Not a huge, heavy finish on this. But you do get a lot of that oak in there. It's got kind of a buttery quality to it too. Not as in like a salty buttery, but kind of more like a sweet cream type of thing going on. A sweet cream butter on this. Now, do I like it? Yes. Would I go hunt another bottle of this specifically? No. And I'll tell you why. And a lot of it has a lot to do more with me than the bourbon. So it's me, not it. Um, I tend to like things that have more pop, something that hits me a little bit harder. Now, this is a smooth sipper. I could sit on this thing and and it's very crushable. I could drink on it and I can have a nice time with it. I can be social with it, have a good time. But because of that shorter finish, I could see myself going back to it to get that hit again and again and again. And it's pretty consistent on what you get. I mean, you get good, consistent flavor. You get the brown sugar, you get the vanilla, you get the creaminess, you get some of the oak in there. You get a little bit of a smokiness going on, a little bit of a tobacco going on. For me, I'm not getting any like heavy fruits or anything like that. The finishes, it says hello, it waves to you, and then it's gone. Good product, but it's not something that I would hunt again just because I've had an opportunity with so many other good bourbons that I want something. For me, this would be a social drinking bourbon. If I'm around a bunch of people that are new to the bourbon game and they want to try something that's maybe a little bit older, I would throw this in there. I would say, hey, you've had some Eagle Rare. Maybe you need to try some of this right here. It gives you a little bit different experience. It's not going to burn you up or blow you up. And you can be very social and have some good pours of this. But for me, it's not something that I'm going to go hunt after again. Now, I still need to get into the single barrels. They might be a little bit better just because they're unique, because they're single barrels. But for the 12 years, I think it offers enough complexity and it offers enough good stuff, but not something I would hunt again. Almost get like a little bit of citrus now on the nose, which wasn't following over on the palate. But yeah, as far as drinkability, absolutely smooth pour. Absolutely something you can just enjoy. It kind of just has this light creamy candy feel to it, but it's not too intense on the oak that it just puckers up or dries up your mouth and you go, what the hell happened there? But it offers a very drinkable, good bourbon. But the price range on it for me isn't worth the hunt on this. I had to spend a bit over MSRP for this just because I don't see it. Good pour, but not something I'm going to hunt again. Man, looking forward to Spillway, looking forward to meeting up with some new people. Maybe I'll get a good bottle. Maybe some of the people I'm around will get a good bottle. And it'll be cool. If I don't get anything, I'm going to be fine though, because I'm going to have a good time. I'm going to be around some very good people and hopefully they win some good stuff and I'm going to have a good time. And I'm going to have just a good time, maybe recording some of this and doing some stuff with this. What do you guys have planned for this upcoming weekend? I got Spillway this weekend. Then in 2 weekends from the 19th to the 21st, it's a guys' weekend up in Atlanta. I'm going to be hitting Short Barrel. I'm also going to be hitting ASW. Going to be doing a Rick House tour, or maybe a private tour. We'll be doing a private tour, Short Barrel, and then a Rick House tour. So looking forward to that. Looking forward to seeing what might be potentially out there for the future. Want to have continue to have a very good time with this. I'm not sure what time this video is going to go out this week. I mentioned maybe in another video. I'm trying to get ahead a little bit because I will be traveling a lot to Spillway. But also, I'm waiting for the Knob Creek bottles. I'm hoping that Matt will have them ready and done Thursday or Friday so I can get those in. I can't wait to get them into people's hands. I'm excited about that as well. So, absolutely looking forward to it. Man, work week's flying by. I hope that if you're at work, I hope your time goes fast. I hope you're successful in everything that you do. I hope you bring great energy. And I hope your teammates bring great energy back because it just makes the day go by a little bit better. And as the day ends, and the clock gets to that magic time where it's time to start heading home, I hope it just slows it down a little bit. Not everyone's on that same pattern where we all have the same time off. There's people that are always out there that are always working, whether you're in the medical industry, whether you're in, farming, whether you're, teacher, whether, you're first responders, or whether, you're in our American Armed Services. Thank you. And there's so many people I miss. Our truck drivers. I can't tell you how many people that work, in the evening so I can go to different, liquor stores after 5 o'clock or whatever. You guys are the ones that really keep things going. For people that are retired, that have really put in to help keep this country going, and now you're relaxing and having a good pour. Thank you all for everything you've contributed. I absolutely appreciate you. So when it slows down, I hope you find that time to unwind and relax and just have a good time for yourselves. But most importantly, all, cheers and God bless. You all have an amazing day. Thank you.